How do you manage that? So we were talking about remote working, and now you're closing remote deals as well without even seeing the investors, right? So can you share a little bit more with the listeners?
It is more difficult when you just start and just become an entrepreneur. It becomes slightly easier when you already built several businesses, right? And so what I think is easier from several perspectives. First of all, usually you know what you're talking about. Right? Before, when you just started, when I started my entrepreneurial journey when I was 27, it was a bit different. I thought I knew what I was doing, but it was it's still, you're very green, so
Yeah.
you need to go through that experience. Secondly, also you've managed, I think is self branding and the reputation is important, right? From founders, from investors, from everybody in the community, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's important to build that reputation that kind of make sure that people see you as a reputable person and a serious one, and I think that makes things also easier. But then also, look, in even in doing fundraising talks with investor, I realized that when you have one-to-one conversations, over the phone, it can be very dry, right? Because sometimes people don't even, have their camera on. I noticed that.
Yeah.
And then it will be like extremely dry, and you will not be able to connect, right? So even how you pitch online is very different than how you pitch offline. If you pitch offline, the connection element is a lot easier because you feel the person, you see their reactions, and that. So I think also here, it's very different. You need, first of all, you try to at least get the camera on yourself, and the person who is next, you're talking to, incentivize them to switch it on to create that connection.
Give
Right?
them a
Because
pretty flat. Yeah.
no, because otherwise it's like it's very difficult, right? If you don't see who's on the other way, you don't know whether he's he's bad, half asleep, or he's like fully on, right, following you. So I think the way you kind of pitch online is also can be very different, right? Use your chat, send links, make it more interactive, right? There are some advantages, right? Because you can easily share your screen and show them something quick or send a new link. So I think there's the interactivity part, which is important. The sharing screen is important. The camera is important. So I think all these elements, if you sum them up, you can do a pretty good job, even probably better. And you can be a lot of efficient, right? You can have 20 meetings in a day, as long as you schedule them. You're sitting on your table. You don't need to travel from one to another.